Ich bin Michael Juschinski und ich habe gerade mein BA-Studium in Geschichte und Literatur an Harvard abgeschlossen.
Ich heiße Michael Ardalian, ich bin im 3. Jahr an der Uni. Ich habe 2 Hauptfächer, ich studiere Deutsch und Geschichte und ich habe mit Deutsch vor 5 Jahren angefangen.
Initially, I was interested in German because I think of German opera chiefly. I had a great interest in opera, and there's of course a large portion of the repertory is in German, and a lot of works that I admired were in German. So I decided to take German BAB, the intensive course, and that's how it all began for me with that course.
Jetzt an Harvard habe ich schon 5 Kurse gemacht. Im ersten Jahr machte ich Deutsch CRCB, das waren volle Kurse, um weitere Grammatik zu lernen und so weiter. Dann im zweiten Jahr habe ich deutsche Literatur von Goethe bis zur Gegenwart gelernt und dann auch die politische Atmosphäre in Europa. Im Herbst studierte ich in Berlin mit Duke in Berlin, das ist ein Programm von Duke Universität. Und wir waren Studenten an Humboldt-Universität im ehemaligen Ostberlin. Das war das wunderschönste Erlebnis meines Lebens. 4 Monate in Berlin mit einer Gastfamilie, die sehr freundlich waren, sehr gastfreundlich.
My name is Rachel Bandley. I graduated in 2011 with a concentration in German Cultural Studies. During my time at Harvard, I studied abroad in Munich, interned at the U.S. Embassy in Berlin, and completed a senior thesis on how music is presented through language in German literature. Now, in law school, the skills and knowledge I gained through my degree continue to be used.
Mein Name ist Ansu Stein und ich komme aus der Harvard-Universität und ich bin jetzt in München, also der wunderschönen Stadt München. Und ich verbringe diesen Sommer hier, um ein Praktikum zu machen. Ich arbeite bei Munich Re und das ist die größte Rückversicherungsgesellschaft der Welt. Also ich habe seit September, das ist seit 10 Monaten Deutsch gelernt und alle durch die intensiven Kurse der Harvard-Universität. Ich habe Glück gehabt. Die Münchner Rück hat mir ein Zimmer vermittelt und das finde ich sehr wichtig. Ich wohne mit echten Deutschen. Also ich kann viel von den Einheimischen lernen und es ist gut, man muss sich in gewisser Weise eindeutschen, um die Kultur echt zu erfahren. Und ich weiß nicht, sie sind alle ganz nett und tolle Menschen. Das Glas ist immer halb voll. Durch das Work Abroad Programm von der Frau Ruth Sondermann. Und wenn Sie nicht davon gehört haben, dann würde ich es Ihnen empfehlen. Es ist ein wunderschönes Programm und es hat mir viel geholfen, nicht nur eine Firma zu finden, sondern auch persönliche Kontakte zu bekommen.
I had a phone interview with them, mostly in English, but I did practice the little BAB German that I had learned to that point. And went there for the summer and lived in Vienna in a student dormitory and worked in this very old opera house, the Theater an der Wien, which was really just a magical experience. Working at the opera house, on the one hand, was very interesting, being involved in the day-to-day workings of an opera house. So the professional aspect was something I was interested in because I'm interested in that world, but also just the whole atmosphere and speaking German in a work setting. After that, I took German 50, which was German drama and theater with Lisa Parks, which was really exciting. The production was Die Kleinburger Hochzeit by Brecht, and I was der Freund. At one point, sang a song, Die Keuschheitsballade, which was exciting for me, singing in German.
Und sie wusste nur nicht wie, und um sie nicht zu entweichen, ging er einst zu einer Kur. und sie lernte ihm das Schreien und Feste der Natur. Immerhin, ihr Leiber lebte, bisher war er kein Askete. Jetzt erst hat er einen Schwur. Das war nur die Armlehne. Und zerrissen habe ich mir auch nichts. Trinken wir.
Jetzt wird es gemütlich. Prost. Prost.
Wenn man ruhig drauf sitzt und sich Mühe gibt, macht es nichts. Und es ist eine Unverschämtheit, seine Gäste in einen solchen Kerrichhaufen einzuladen.
Dann bitte ich um Verzeihung, dass deine Zote mir nicht gefallen hat und dass du meinen Sessel kaputt gemacht hast.
Zieht ihr doch vor, auf das Wassersuchtsbrautbett zu warten. Einen guten Abend.
Geh zum Teufel!
Doing a new sort of thing in German, like working at an opera house, or in this case, being in a play production, it sort of introduces you to a whole new kind of set of vocabulary and a whole new way of speaking, and also just performing in German and playing in German, that sort of thing, really was exciting and in a nice way. Alle Menschen werden Brüder, as they say in the Ode to Joy. And we werden Brüder by learning about each other and learning language, I think. Also, maybe I'll return to Vienna someday or return to some other German-speaking city. I would like to, and possibly be involved in theater or opera there. And of course, my German language would help me tremendously with that.
I'm studying German and history. I think the two majors complement each other very well. And I think that if you study German, it opens a lot of doors for you with history, because there are a lot of historiographical sources. There's a lot of German history, but also history done by Germans that you then have access to. For example, in my German history course from 1500 to the present, I'm using mainly German sources, primary sources, modern sources, analyzing the past, talking about the Freikorps after the collapse of the autocratic monarchy in 1918. And I think that the two subjects go well together, not only because you're studying German history in particular, but because you then have access to the language. And also, you have that perspective. For example, my studying abroad enriched my experience with German history a lot, because I was there personally at all these sites that I've studied, and I read the history there, and I actually walked down these avenues, and I saw everything that was happening, and I was lectured by German professors about it. And it really brings the experience home for you. You can understand the mentality and the perspective of a country and a people much better when you actually experience it personally. For my future, I'm preparing for the LSAT right now. I'm taking that in June, and I'm planning on applying to law school in the fall. I think that if you study German, it gives you a lot of good opportunities in the international community, especially with Europe, to do either business or law, politics, whatever you want. I just think it makes you more valuable as a candidate, because Germans love it when you speak German. And a lot of Europeans speak German, and you know, Germany is the powerhouse of the European Union as it stands right now. So it doesn't hurt if you can be an American or any English-speaking person, not just American, but also speak German and gain a mastery of that language. I also think that it's very useful for science. My brother works at the NIH and doing a post-baccalaureate internship, and he's studying macular degeneration, but he can read German papers and German research that all the other employees can't, and he can bring those findings into the work that they do and the developments that they strive for.
We haven't sharpened any of our weapons. This is a normal warrior axe.
Two-handed.
Yeah, exactly. It's actually not that heavy as you imagine it to be. So heavy on my head. I'll take it off.
Tilbage i nutiden er 16 studerende fra Aarhus og Harvard Universitet i gang med udgravningen. Men hvordan er det egentlig, det foregår?
We look for either rectangular or circular shaped, basically dark brown dirt, kind of in lines to determine what kind of houses we are looking at.
It's exciting.
exciting because we get to see the basically the most significant or the largest structure in this entire site. Kind of, we get to see it be all put together. It makes sense for us when we do the documentation like that.
Hey, Tomte, gib was ein Glas, eine Lotte, lustiger Wein.